This broadcast is for March 20th, 2026, Japan time. Welcome to Samurai MLB Talk. Thank you very much for watching. This channel is a place where we explore the essence of humanity through the lens of baseball, through the way we watch the game, the spirit behind it, and the philosophy it reflects from a uniquely Japanese perspective. To our viewers in the English-speaking world, I truly hope you'll enjoy this dialogue about human nature as seen through the game of baseball. Your support means more than I can say. If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Part 1, The Unicorn, Shohei Ohtani's Dominant Return. This is an article from Nikkei Sports. Dodgers pitcher Shohei Ohtani, age 31, started in an exhibition game against the Giants. He pitched 4 1/3 innings, throwing 61 pitches, allowing only 1 hit, with 4 strikeouts and 3 walks or hit batters, showing an excellent performance. His maximum velocity was measured at 99.9 miles per hour. I believe it was a wonderful first appearance of the season. Even though it was an exhibition game, he prepared himself thoroughly as a pitcher, amidst the demanding schedule of the WBC. Is there any other player in the world who can achieve such a feat? He hit 3 home runs in the WBC. And immediately after joining the team, he successfully established his performance as a pitcher on the mound. I am speechless. He is, indeed, a unicorn. It was magnificent. Manager Roberts was also full of praise. Here is a portion of Shohei Ohtani's press conference after his appearance in the exhibition game. Reflecting on your first live game appearance, pitching into the 5th inning. Since I had been doing live BP properly during the WBC period, I was able to take the mound as an extension of that. Although it was my first time today, I didn't really feel like it was the first time. So I think I was able to enter the game with a natural feeling. Regarding your awareness of maintaining the starting rotation every 5 to 6 days. As for myself, I certainly intend to go with that plan. It is not that difficult when the interval increases. Fortunately, the Dodgers have a full lineup of starting pitchers. And I believe the primary goal is for everyone to reach the postseason in a healthy condition. Regarding the management aspect, I don't have anything specific I want to demand. For my part, I intend to pitch every 5 or 6 days. And I think it would be good if I can adapt to that. Do you believe that pitching more innings brings you closer to the Cy Young Award, and that it will become important? I believe it is true that the more innings you accumulate, and the more opportunities you have, the closer you get to such an award. However, I don't play for that purpose from the beginning. And I certainly won't force myself to shorten the pitching interval just to pitch for that reason. There are voices in the Japanese baseball world calling for the introduction of a pitch clock or changes to the ball. Personally, looking at it, I think a pitch clock makes it easier for the fans to watch. I think it would be better for the fans to have it. It doesn't mean it absolutely must be introduced. However, if you want to win globally, I certainly think it should be introduced. If there is a strong feeling that Japan will play Japanese baseball, then I don't think there is a particular need to introduce it. How do you want to give back the frustration of the WBC to the season? I think that is a separate matter. Sensory-wise, I feel the World Series and the WBC are equally large events or tournaments. That is something else, and we must work hard to aim for a 3rd consecutive title. It's a long road from here. But in terms of getting through a long season, I think the way of fighting is different from a short-term tournament. There is also slander and defamation against Samurai Japan. What are your thoughts? Personally, I don't mind what is said about me. However, things like denying someone's personality are parts that have absolutely nothing to do with baseball. I don't think it's good. But as a professional, I am prepared to accept whatever is said about me personally. when the results are poor. But if you ask if every player is like that, that is not the case. Interacting with consideration is something that does not change no matter where you are. I think it depends on that. As mentioned, Shohei Ohtani provided these comments after his appearance in the exhibition game. What remains impressive is that he made solid adjustments within the hard schedule of the WBC and finished his preparation as a pitcher. Clocking 99.9 miles per hour is nothing short of magnificent. This is something only he can do. It is by no means easy. While hitting 3 home runs in the WBC, he was making adjustments as a pitcher behind the scenes. And immediately after the WBC ended, he stood on the mound in an exhibition game and threw 99.9 miles per hour. It is simply incredible. However, I am not surprised, because he is a unicorn. Regarding the introduction of the pitch clock in Japanese baseball, his words that it should be introduced if you want to win globally carry great weight, especially since it follows the WBC defeat. In other words, he is stating that playing baseball daily, under the global rules adopted in the WBC, makes it easier to adapt in international tournaments. Regarding the Cy Young Award, his words that he does not pitch to aim for titles were also impressive. It means that Shohei Ohtani plays as a pitcher, in addition to being a hitter, strictly for the victory of the Dodgers. His goal is not to win the Cy Young Award. The top priority is the victory of the Dodgers. On top of that, I believe he thinks it would be fine if his own performance results in winning the Cy Young Award. Above all, he aims to contribute to the team's victory rather than personal titles. I believe that expression was a manifestation of that will. Even wearing the blue uniform, his love for the team, obsession with victory, and the soul of a samurai remain alive and well. Also, I think this is true in any country. But in Japan, when it comes to national sports matches, there is a culture where even those who usually have no interest in the sport support the Japanese national team and get excited. Naturally, the same applies to the Japanese national baseball team, Samurai Japan. This time, having lost in the quarterfinals of the WBC, players who made mistakes in the matches were saddened by slander and defamation from some heartless people. Regarding this, Shohei Ohtani said that as long as he is a professional baseball player, while denying a person's character is unacceptable, he will stand his ground against criticism directed at his play in the game. It was a dignified comment, typical of Shohei Ohtani. And I felt he is a true professional. It is natural that everyone who watches sports hopes for the success of the team and players they support. However, sports sometimes do not yield the desired results. Players also make mistakes. At such times, pointing out a player's performance is one of the real thrills of enjoying professional sports. However, denying a player's character or slandering them must not happen. Shohei Ohtani said he would accept criticism of his play. We must understand that he did not say he would accept slander. Also, as a supporter of Samurai Japan, it breaks my heart to know that the players who were slandered are very saddened. It is because there are people who love sports and support baseball that the sport of baseball can exist as a business. That is precisely why players accept criticism of their play. However, denying even the player's personality must absolutely never occur. We must never repeat the situation where the players of Samurai Japan suffered from slander and defamation unrelated to their play. I strongly feel that it is important for each and every one of us to be aware of this, and to be conscious of protecting the players. Part 2, Roki Sasaki's Path to Redemption and the Samurai Trio. This is an article from Spinnikia. Recently, manager Roberts explicitly stated that Roki Sasaki will be in the opening rotation, which has brought joy to Roki Sasaki fans around the world. This is very wonderful news. Last season, he was unable to pitch as he had hoped. However, that was not because he lacked the ability as a pitcher. Nor was it because he is a young pitcher. The reason is that in the season before last, he belonged to the Chibolati Marines. That year, his pitching, which heavily relied on sliders, was prominent. And at that point, his natural strength, his fastball, had weakened. Because he had learned to throw sliders, his signature fastball failed to reach 160 km per hour. The season ended in that state, leading to his move to the Dodgers. Therefore, in his debut year last season, he could not produce good results during the regular season. However, during the season, he made adjustments in the minors, reviewed videos of his own pitching from when he used to throw over 160 km per hour, received advice from the staff, and Roki Sasaki was able to regain his original fastball strength and velocity. I believe everyone who watched his pitching in the postseason last year understands. But that is his true pitching. Furthermore, he is already capable of pitching even better than he did in that postseason. While there may still be parts where he is making efforts to adapt to the MLB environment, the fact that the season can open with the Samurai Trio rotation of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Shohei Ohtani, and Roki Sasaki will surely make it a stimulating season for Roki Sasaki. Also, considering only his own situation, he was unable to participate in the WBC as he had wished. In his absence, the pitching depth was low. And as a result, that lack of pitching strength proved fatal, leading to Samurai Japan's elimination in the quarterfinals. Roki Sasaki does not show his emotions. He does not put them into words. However, there is no doubt that within him, the passionate desire for the next national team tournament, and the determination to carry Samurai Japan to victory, himself have become stronger. To that end, he is first required to showcase a performance that is not inferior to Yamamoto's as a Dodgers pitcher. Being able to join the starting rotation from the opening this year is a massive opportunity for Roki Sasaki. Japanese fans know. They know that he is a monster. However, fans and media around the world still have some skepticism regarding Roki Sasaki. Please rest assured, Roki Sasaki will resolve those concerns and anxieties this season, while maintaining his spot in the Samurai rotation throughout the season. He will contribute to piling up victories for the Dodgers. Expect great things from Roki Sasaki's first-class pitching. His speeding violation fastballs thrown by a monster, and his splits that would even startle a ghost. Part 3, Kazuma Okamoto, the new powerhouse of the Blue Jays. This is an article from the Digest. On March 18, local time, Toronto Blue Jays manager John Schneider appeared on the podcast program Foul Territory and shared comments expressing great expectations for Kazuma Okamoto, who joined the team this season. Manager Schneider said of Okamoto, "He is going to be a tremendous player." Regarding Okamoto's batting ability, he praised him highly, saying, "He is a natural hitter, possessing effortless power and high contact ability. While there are many power hitters who swing without fear of striking out, Kazu can control the barrel of the bat at will and change his swing depending on the situation. He possesses skills that are the polar opposite of other sluggers." Regarding his defense at third base, he evaluated, "I want him to play deep and expand his defensive range." Kazu is also in agreement, and there is still room for growth. Kazuma Okamoto has served as the fourth batter for the Yomiuri Giants for many years. The fact that he could serve as the cleanup hitter for many years for a team with high turnover and intense spotlight means he has the batting power to sustain it. Once he starts hitting, he is unstoppable. Opposing pitchers find him impossible to handle. his flight distance is not inferior to Murakami, who joined the White Sox. He is a slugger who carries an atmosphere similar to former Yankee Hideki Matsui. He is a great slugger who has led his team to victory in many situations in Japan. While adapting to the MLB environment will be important this season. With a player like Okamoto, I am sure he will contribute to the team's victory from this season, his MLB debut year. That is all for today. Thank you very much.